Welcome back. Now we're on our 8th video, and this time we're going to be talking about building actions. So let's actually just backtrack a little bit and go into this castle. Now, here before, when we were, if you remember initially in the last video when we go into it, we just kept having this empty screen. And now when we go back, we see that there's things that are actually happening. We have a screen over here for a reason that I'll explain in a bit. But the important thing is on the left side, we have something going on here. Now, we see that down here, there's a little icon, and the icon, when we mouse over it, says hiring. And what that means is that the action that you have access to in this building now is a hiring action. You can have multiple actions depending on what the building is. A castle can have several different things you can do, like healing, hiring, buying stuff. But in this case, it just has a hiring menu. But it's not a very useful hiring menu right now because the thing that you could hire, which was the thing that we did hire last time, is this little soldier guy, but there is only one of them that were available. And as a result, you can click on this all you want and you're not going to get any more. Now, there's a couple things to be aware with respect to hiring. Let me close this for a second and I'll go back to it. We see that there is this number here, and this number is a very important number. This is known as the castle supported number. So, for the most part, on normal difficulty, the castle supported number for you by default is 5. I'll explain what that means in a second. On higher level difficulty, or actually easier level difficulty, I think you get a bonus castle spot. Now what this means is that when you go in here and you start tossing people into your party, when you start hiring them, they start counting against these castle slots. Now, you look here and we remember there were 2 out of 5 and we're like, well, but look at all these people here. The thing is that this guy and this guy are not normal units. This guy is your friend and he's just following you around just because he's like, oh, I like you. And this guy here was sent and he's also just following you around. And so neither of these guys are you really supporting. They're being supported by your friend with the red beard in the castle, whereas this guy you hired and now you're supporting. You're the one that's feeding him or whatever, except that you're not paying him income ongoing, you just buy him the one time. So your cost for this guy here is taking up one of your castle supported slots, whereas these guys, in sense, their cost or hidden cost is actually being paid for by your friend. So a hiring menu is one of the things that we can do. And so we're completing these quests, and we needed to hire a soldier, which we did last time, and we will hire a priest, and we'll hire a healer. Now let's go into this little town here, and he's like, well, you have a horse. It's like, oh, great, this is a horse that we were supposed to get, and now we can have this little talk. Now the thing is, this is what's humorous, is like, oh, we're going to give you a horse, except that he doesn't give you the horse. All he's doing is he's giving you a vent or rumor about getting the horse. So this is kind of going back to our quest from last time, and what changed, remember, you get an exclamation mark every time something changed, is now you have you completed or take a horse to Berthoud. So this is the horse thing that you're doing, or you're getting it from Hawk Village. So you got the horse, but it was a action that was automatically completed for you. So now you're done with that one. Now our next building type of action we can do is getting into our fair. Now before, if you saw our fair and we clicked through it, we were just getting nothing here. And now we suddenly have all this stuff going on. And this is where we can buy stuff. I'm not actually going to cover buying stuff in this video. That'll be the next video. I want to focus on hiring, mainly as our primary building action, and also talk a little bit more about healing. Now, St. Helena's Church is a good example of when 2 actions are available. We had the previous action of healing, and this is where you have the heal icon. And this one is hiring, and you see that this right side is coming up because when you're hiring, you may want to look at the inventory that other characters have, which can maybe help you in your hiring decision, whereas healing, you don't really need to see any of that. So that's why you're getting your little inventory over there. And we see that, oh yeah, we have a little priest for hire, he costs 48 gold, we have 900 gold, oh, we have a ton of gold from our friend. He has some abilities here. He can do blessing. He has shield of faith. So I guess he's worth getting. And you can also see that he has no defense whatsoever, but he has a very high initiative, so he's always going to get to go first. And he has 40 spiritual power. So you can see these basic stats and see whether or not you really like him. So he's a spiritual unit, and he's going to get thrown into the last of the three rows, because that's by default he doesn't move, and he just kind of probably the best place to keep him. Range doesn't really matter with him. You can be free to put him elsewhere, but why not keep him here? Our Mystic is a bit different, as I explained in the first sequence of videos, but there's every reason to keep our Priest in the back line, so we'll just keep him there. Okay, so we're done hiring him, and we have one more. He's saying, oh, okay, I can bless you and everything. Yeah, good. And so we go to Forest Village, and now we have one more unit to hire. And again, we have these two different actions. One is events and rumors, and the other is the hiring. Now, in terms of events and rumors, how this works is that you only get this if the guy that happens to be having the event or rumor happens to be inside that building. If he's not, then you can just hit the same, have the same sort of dialog box outside of the building. So that's sort of specific as to whether or not they're in there. Hiring is something that's indicative of the building. And now this one has a healing woman. These are very important, and she can do the all-important healing. In fact, you actually want to try to get 2 of these, but right now you can only get 1. So some of these ones that you can hire, you can actually do a time. You can actually cheat a little bit and force the clock. Which we'll do, and I'll just keep doing this, and when we start the next video, enough time will expire where we can go and hire our second healing woman. And then we can get equipped, and then we'll be ready to face Red Vestal. So, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.